Good evening and welcome to the Guyana TV9 News Bulletin for today, Tuesday, December 16, 2025. I am Faith Sandy. In headlines tonight, women officers are the backbone of GPF. Education now a national security priority, says Minister Warren. National Education Leadership Academy launched to transform Guyana's schools through visionary leadership. Minister Edgell dismisses social media claims, assures grid safety. And prosecution completes evidence disclosure in Regent Street gas station bombing case. Now for the news in depth. The Ministry of Education has officially launched the National Education Leadership Academy, NELA, a flagship initiative designed to empower school and district leaders with the visionary skills needed to modernize Guyana's classrooms. The Academy introduces a 18-month blended learning program for its first cohort of 100 educators, focusing on ethical leadership and accountability to ensure that infrastructure and technology investments result in meaningful learning outcomes. The launch event at the Pegasus Suites highlighted how this academy will serve as a bridge between national education goals and the daily reality of teaching. More from Adana Doric.
Speaking at the launch, Minister of Education Sonia Parag said the Academy represents more than a new program. It is a reaffirmation of Ghana's national belief that education transforms lives and leadership shapes the future.
Today is more than the launch of a new program. It is the affirmation of a national belief that education transforms lives, that leadership shapes systems, and that the future of Guyana is built quite deliberately in our classrooms and schools.
Minister Parag emphasized that while infrastructure, curriculum, and technology are critical, true and lasting transformation comes from people, particularly strong and compassionate education leaders. She noted that the Academy will focus on developing leadership and soft skills, especially for middle-level managers preparing to move into head teacher and senior leadership roles.
This vision recognizes that while infrastructure, curriculum, and technology are essential, it is people, especially our leaders, especially the leaders, who bring transformation to life. Strong education systems are not sustained by policy alone. They are sustained by leaders who inspire teachers, who believe in the potential of every child, who confront inequity with courage, and who turn vision into action.
According to the minister, the Academy will help bridge gaps within the education system, promote inclusivity, and support safer, more supportive school environments. She stated that the goal is to move beyond robotic teaching and instead cultivate leaders who inspire, mentor, and nurture the full potential of every child.
If we're going to talk about leadership, then it's not just a training in the particular education subjects and topics that you will be doing at CPC. This is something more. This is something different. This is going to be having an impact on that tier of the education system and those who are in that tier of the education system. That is actually going to be bridging what is below them and what is above them and connecting those dots, so to speak, to ensuring that we have a holistic vision of leadership. Now, that leadership is going to be able to transform lives. That's what we want. And we want to be able to have teachers become not just robotic in a classroom, but act with compassion.
The Academy aligns with the Ministry of Education's strategic plan, which seeks to provide quality, equitable education, and lifelong learning opportunities for all Guyanese, while ensuring leadership remains at the heart of national development. Adana Doric, Guyana TV9 News.
More than 3,000 officers were promoted across the Guyana Police Force within the last year, following the introduction of a structured promotion framework aimed at accelerating career advancement and improving morale. The Guyana Police Force is undergoing one of its most significant periods of transformation, marked by large-scale promotions, expanded access to education, and improved infrastructure, according to statistics presented by the Commissioner of Police, Colwyn Abrams reports.
Under the new system, ranks of the Ghana Police Force can expect promotions within defined timelines: 5 to 7 years to Lance Corporal, 7 to 10 years to Corporal, 10 to 13 years as Sergeant, and 13 to 15 years as Senior Sergeant. The changes also shorten the wait time to reach the rank of Inspector, creating clear pathways to senior leadership, including office of the Commissioner. More than 3,000 officers were promoted across the Ghana Police Force within the last year, following the introduction of a structured promotion framework aimed at accelerating career advancement and improving morale. In addition to promotions, the Ghana Police Force has made measurable progress in education and professional development. Constables and sergeants without CXC qualifications are now being enrolled in programs at no cost, with support coordinated through the force. Government-backed initiatives have further expanded opportunities, with national scholarship programs extended to police ranks.
The government thought it was necessary, so they extended the gold scholarship to the police force. Again, who want to study, please enroll. And by the way, University of Guyana is free. We have 7 lawyers studying, and we have 4 in. Within the next 10 years, we're going to be flooded with lawyers, which will enhance the police force's performance. But more importantly, we have 8 people doing doctorate. And so the doctoral program, we're going to improve on that. And then we have all the commanders that have had their masters already.
Operational statistics also show increased engagement with communities. Throughout the year, the Ghana Police Force conducted numerous outreaches across divisions aimed at strengthening public-police relations and building trust. This strategy, according to the Commissioner, will remain central to policing policy. On infrastructure, data from internal assessments reveal long-standing deficiencies at several police stations, including inadequate furniture and facilities. In response, the government has initiated a program to standardize police stations across regions, with classifications such as medium-sized facility, ensuring improved service delivery to the public.
We still have a duty, though. Despite we are standardizing those properties, we need to prepare for members of the public coming to the station. And so, commanders, you need to let the succession start now. The 2IC and the 3IC must ensure that the place is ready for members of the public when they are coming and always open for inspection.
Despite these upgrades, the Commissioner stressed that leadership accountability remains critical. Taken together, the statistics point to a force in transition, one defined by thousands of promotions, expanded access to education, growing academic credentials, and renewed community engagement, signaling a modernized Ghana Police Force positioned to meet evolving national security demands. Colin Abrams, Ghana TV9 News.
The United Nations Security Council on December 12 unanimously adopted Resolution 2807 on youth, peace, and security, a measure co-authored by Guyana and Sierra Leone that reinforces the role of young people in conflict prevention, peace building, and the sustaining of peace. Colin Abrams has more.
The resolution reaffirms the positive contribution of youth, including young women, to peace and security efforts, and calls on all actors to promote the full, effective, safe, and meaningful participation and leadership of young people in peace processes and conflict prevention initiatives at the local, national, regional, and international levels. It also establishes a framework of measures through which the Security Council can further advance the youth, peace, and security agenda. Negotiations on the resolution lasted several weeks and were led by Ghana's Deputy Permanent Representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Trishala Prasad, and Sierra Leone's Minister Council, Sheku Alu. Following the vote, Ghana's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Karen Rodrigues-Burkett, highlighted the significance of youth engagement in the context of today's global demographics. She noted that the meaningful participation of young people at all stages of peace processes is essential to building substantial peace, and expressed confidence that Resolution 2807 would contribute to that goal.
Your vote for this resolution is reaffirmation to the world's youth of the Security Council's confidence in the positive contribution they can make to international peace and security. It is a tangible demonstration of the Council's interest in hearing from young people on matters related to peace and security, and reaffirms our commitment to consider youth when deliberating on matters within the Council's purview.
Ambassador Caroline Rodriguez-Burkett explained that the resolution builds on the Youth, Peace and Security agenda established a decade ago under Resolution 2250 and subsequent Council decisions. The new measure, she said, provides guidance for advancing the agenda while encouraging continued coordination among United Nations bodies and agencies working on youth-related issues. The statement also referenced the establishment of the UN Youth Office by the General Assembly in 2022, noting that it mandates to lead engagement and advocacy on youth issues across the UN's 3 pillars, including peace and security, can meaningfully complement the Security Council's work.
Guyana and Sierra Leone are steadfast in our belief that engaging young people and giving them a greater voice in decision-making at the local, national, regional, and international levels will yield lasting peace dividends. Today's global youth population is the largest in history, with unique potential. Globally, youth are harnessing the power of technology and social media to advance their interests, creating digital communities and vast networks that could be activated with speed. It is therefore prudent to positively channel this immense resource and boundless energy towards conflict prevention and resolution.
The statement further underscored the link between development and security, warning that poverty, limited access to education, unemployment, and social exclusion increase young people's vulnerability to radicalization and recruitment by extremist groups. She expressed that investment in youth development alongside peace and security efforts is critical to prevention and long-term stability.
UN 80, while punctuated by budget cuts, should not translate into de-emphasizing issues that are central to the maintenance of international peace and security. During the Council's recent meeting with the African Peace and Security Council and our just concluded visit to Syria, we heard of the importance of focusing on youth in the context of peace and security. Peace and security do not exist in a vacuum. A siloed approach by this Council, by mostly excluding youth from its deliberations, will not yield the durable results that we seek.
Ambassador Rodriguez-Burkett cautioned against siloed approaches to peace and security that exclude youth voices, arguing that durable peace cannot be achieved without their active involvement. She said engaging young people as partners in peace efforts is essential rather than optional. Colwyn Abrams, Ghana TV9 News.
More news after the break. Stay tuned.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing January 5, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE. If you will be 18 years or older by December 31, 2025 and you're a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM will be posting the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check whether the particulars are accurate. You can object to anyone who you believe does not qualify for inclusion in the OLE. To do so, you must be listed in the same divisional list as a person you are objecting to. You must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to make an objection. It is an offense to make false objections. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Thursday, January 22, 2026. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Channel 9 is now Guide TV9, proudly under new management. We're building stronger with a balanced and open platform for all advertisers. Whether you're promoting a business, service, or event, your message belongs right here. So choose your spot, news, prime time, or anytime, and reach viewers across Guyana. With affordable rates and professional service, Guide TV9 is your partner in progress. So visit us at Lot 21A, Lamaha Street, Georgetown, in the Century 21 building, or call 600-5006 or 761-5006. Guyana TV9. New leadership, fresh outlook, real results.
Celebrate Christmas the Guyanese way with 7 days of magic and adventure. Feel the streets come alive with lights, decor, and carols. Share in the delicious joy of favorites like pepper pot, black cake, and even ginger beer. Then explore Guyana's attractions, the majestic kite show, scenic tour on the Demerara Essequibo, and Mahaika rivers. 7 days, one unforgettable Christmas. Join us. Let's discover Guyana this Christmas.
Want to place your death announcements and in memoriam messages on Channel 9? Call 592-761-5006, 710-5008, 600-5006. Or visit our office at Lot 85A Lamaha Street, Albertown, Georgetown, Century 21 building.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing January 5, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE. GCOM will be posting the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you will be 18 years or older by December 31, 2025 and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. If you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE, you are required to apply for registration if your name is not on the PLE, apply for a transfer if you have changed your address since you were registered, apply for a name change if you have changed your name, or apply for a correction if your registration particulars are incorrect. Any person applying for a change or correction to his or her particulars must provide the required original source documents: birth certificate and deed poll for a name change by deed poll, birth certificate and marriage certificate for a name change by marriage, divorce absolute in the case of a woman who is desirous of reverting to her maiden name from her married name, birth certificate, adoption certificate, or naturalization certificate for correction of minor clerical errors. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of the above transactions. The claims aspect of this exercise will end on Sunday, January 18, 2026. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-027-8-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Graduates of the Guyana Industrial Training Center, GITC, are sharing how the state-run skills training program is transforming lives by equipping youths across Guyana with practical, job-ready qualifications through free, competency-based education. Here is more.
The Guyana Industrial Training Center provides technical and vocational training to youths and adults, particularly those without CXC qualifications or who did not complete secondary school, offering certification, work study exposure, and pathways to employment, entrepreneurship, and further education. Graduates describe the GITC program as challenging but highly rewarding, noting difficulties with technology, mathematics, and workload, but say the structured pressure built confidence, strengthened discipline, and developed practical employable skills.
Well, it was a bit challenging. I actually pushed myself thanks to my sir. He pushed us a great lot There was sleepless night where I had to stay up and do my work them out, especially PowerPoint. But I end up develop myself with doing PowerPoint and so on. Excel was a lot rough because Excel deals with maths. But with Star pushing us, we got a little better.
It was an excellent experience in my point of view. I have an associate degree in physics, and that is all physics has in Guyana. Now, my options were leaving the country, and I lately found this gold mine metalwork engineering, a little gem within our country. So I joined the course, and it's unique for me because I can now create a type of applied physics. Here I have the knowledge and now I have the skills with my hand to create a new system within the country.
It was a bit challenging, but I made it through. It was a bit amazing also. I'm going over to GTI to do level 2, and after that, I'm thinking of going to UG. I believe I'm going to UG, yes. Yes, it is very beneficial, especially to me as a woman. It is very beneficial to me.
The thing that motivated me the most was learning about all the business types of studies and learning how to basically manage myself in an office space and be able to use the best of my abilities to best assist and provide work for the business that I'm working in, and to also make work easier and more efficient. It will help me improve myself in life because I find myself a best fit to work inside of an office space, and I do believe that my skills does resonate more with office work rather than other work. So with me doing this course now and being well equipped with everything to do in an office space, I believe it will further push me in order to fully put my skills to the test and also help my business that I'm going towards.
My experience in this program was a bit fun at first, intriguing because I always like technology. And then coming down to the second semester, it got a bit challenging. And going into work study was also challenging, but I pushed through. But I had a lot of trials and tribulations, I have to say. But it pushed you, it pushed you to go to your best potential. Honestly, I think it was a good program because it pushed you to do what you didn't even know you could do.
I believe that citizens should take opportunity and get on board with this program because it's now free. They're learning a skill, and as we know, skill is wealth. And they can become entrepreneurs and persons, especially in the data operation program, because it's information technology focused. They would learn how to operate a personal computer. They learn the basic of performing basic data entry functions. And when the students graduate, you can see that they're confident and they're ready to go out there and work. So I would recommend everybody to come and be a part of this program.
Many graduates are now pursuing higher training, entering the workforce, or preparing to launch businesses, encouraging other Guyanese to seize the opportunity to learn a skill and secure a better future. Faith Sandy, Guyana TV9 News.
The prosecution has completed disclosure of evidence in the case arising from the fatal Regent Street gas station explosion, paving the way for paper committal proceedings. The disclosure was made on Tuesday before Principal Magistrate Faith Magusti and involves 4 accused: Daniel Alexander Ramirez Podimo, Johnny Budram, Crystal Cruz, and Alexander Betancourt, with evidence including witness statements, forensic findings, and electronic recordings. The October blast killed 6-year-old Soraya Bourne, injured several others, and caused major damage in the area. Investigations involved multiple agencies, while cases for the remaining accused are proceeding separately. The matter has been adjourned to December 30. Women police officers are the backbone of the Guyana Police Force and must prioritize mutual mentorship to strengthen the institution. Home Affairs Minister Honorable Onij Warren declared during the Regional Division 4A annual Christmas luncheon on Monday. Here's more.
Minister Warren placed strong emphasis on the role of women in policing, publicly recognizing female officers as the backbone of many of the division's achievements, while energizing the audience by calling on women police officers to make themselves heard and take pride in their contributions.
We know that you're We're the backbone of a lot of that is happening. All of the successes that we've heard your commanders speak about, we know a lot of it is women driving it.
Minister Warren urged senior women within the force to actively mentor younger female officers, encouraging them to view recruits not as competitors but as daughters of the institution, stressing that guidance, support, and unity among women are critical to building a stronger police force.
I urge us women, you women among you, especially here in the force, to see the younger women. Pastor Jean's granddaughter just danced here, and the thought came to me. You know, she comes here, she sees the men and women in uniform, and it gives you something as to aspire to, the professionalism. And as women, that you see the younger women entering the force not as your adversaries, not as your competitors, but as daughters of the institution. So continue to guide. You have the duty to mentor, to guide, and to mold.
The minister challenged women police officers to raise their professional standards, expressing confidence that increased mentorship and discipline will result in more women occupying senior leadership roles in the coming years, while assuring them that leadership fully supports women's advancement.
Women uplift other women. We don't only strengthen each other, you strengthen this very institution. So women, let's next year, Commissioner, talk about how we're going to be lifting our standards as women. Let us lift our standards and lift each other up. So then in a couple of years, we're going to be seeing women with their buttons shining at this table, right?
Warren reminded officers that President Irfan Ali has mandated compulsory academic advancement, with all ranks required to register on the Guyana Digital School platform and secure passes in mathematics and English, urging them to seize the opportunity to strengthen both their careers and national security. Faith Sandy, Guyana TV9 News.
More news after the break. Stay tuned.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing January 5, 2026 to produce an official list of electors OLE if you will be 18 years or older by December 31, 2025 and you're a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent or naturalization or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM will be posting the preliminary list of electors PLE in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you have changed your address since you were registered, you need to visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your new area of residence to apply for a transfer. Sunday, January 18, 2026 is the last day you can apply for a transfer during this exercise. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy. GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing January 5, 2026 to produce an official list of electors OLE if you will be 18 years or older by December 31, 2025 and you're a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent or naturalization or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. You are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM will be posting the preliminary list of electors PLE in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check whether the particulars are accurate. You can object to anyone who you believe does not qualify for inclusion in the OLE. To do so, you must be listed in the same divisional list as the person you are objecting to. You must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to make an objection. It is an offense to make false objections. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Thursday, January 22, 2026. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Welcome back. You're watching the Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. Amid growing public concern sparked by social media posts, Minister of Public Works Bishop warned Edgil on Monday went directly to the Barrett-Jagdeo River Bridge, leading on-site inspections to address claims about the bridge's condition and reassure the public about its structural safety. Adana Dork has this report.
During the visit, Minister Edghill said his technical team, along with the contractor and consultant, examined the issues raised online. He explained that while a formal written response will be issued, he wanted to personally verify the reports to ensure the public is accurately informed.
To put everybody's mind at ease, number one, This is not the bridge. This is the road to the bridge. And this would appear that there have been some, what would we say here, Ron? Movement in the asphalt? Movement in the asphalt. And this is something that will have to be corrected. And like I want to say for emphasis, this is not the bridge. Now, from my own knowledge, and I have my head of the work services group with me, the bridge is a concrete bridge. And when that bridge was finished casting and putting in the borders with concrete, then we put asphalt on the bridge.
The minister clarified that the Barra-Jactio River Bridge is a concrete structure and that any raveling or movement observed in the asphalt surface does not compromise the integrity of the bridge itself. The minister later visited the Hope Bridge, where similar claims have been raised. He explained that parts of the bridge are still under construction and that temporary asphalt was placed to allow traffic flow while critical components, including expansion joints, are being installed.
I came myself because I didn't want it just to boil down to be pure politics. And I wanted to ensure that technically what is being reported to me by my engineers are correct. And I'm here on site and I am satisfied.
Minister Edgehill stressed that while public observations are welcome, inaccurate claims can create unnecessary alarm and distrust. He said the ministry will issue a detailed written statement to clarify the facts and reaffirm that all bridge projects will be completed to the highest standards and continuously monitored to ensure public safety. Adana Doric, TV9 News.
National Security Advisor Captain Gerald Gouveia said President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali has consistently emphasized the importance of law enforcement, operating with both professionalism and humanity. Gouveia says Guyana has recorded significant improvements in national security over the past 5 years, driven largely by technology, accountability measures, and a people-centered approach to policing. More from Colin Abrams.
National Security Advisor Captain Gerald Gouveia explained that President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali has consistently emphasized the need for law enforcement to carry out its duties with professionalism and humanity. As a result, reforms have been implemented within the Ghana Police Force, including the introduction of non-lethal weapons and the deployment of body-worn cameras to strengthen accountability and build public trust. Gouveia noted that technology has become a central pillar to modern policing, particularly through the rollout of the nationwide CCTV surveillance. This initiative forms part of the government's vision for a smart city and ultimately a smart country. Command centers across several regions now monitor live video feeds, allowing law enforcement to observe daily activities, respond more quickly to incidents, and track criminal activity after crimes occur.
Tell you has been helping tremendously when it comes to crime. That the police is able to keep an eye on things. The command centers in the different regions are keeping their eyes on it. And if things happen, we could track things afterwards. And so there have been a tremendous amount of improvement in terms of national security over the last 5 years, and particularly issues of technology.
Addressing concerns about privacy and the potential misuse of surveillance systems, Gouveia emphasized that Ghana remains a democratic society and not a police state. He added that the measures in place are designed to protect law-abiding citizens and are not intended to violate individual privacy. The technology, he added, is being used to support law and order, including traffic management and enforcement, particularly on major highways, where emergency lanes are often misused.
So these measures are meant to protect the law-abiding citizens of this country, and I don't believe there's any fear or any intention on part of anybody to use this information in ways to violate people's privacy. This is a case of law and order, of using this information to help us in terms of traffic. You see what is happening on the highway with people using the third lane, which is the emergency lane. And these cameras are going to bring a lot of law and order back into the mainstream. There have been many.
On border security, he dismissed claims that Guyana's borders are uncontrolled, explaining that immigration systems collect and document information on all persons entering the country. When combined with the National Electronic Surveillance Network operating across urban areas, these systems allow authorities to track movements from border entry points into cities. Colin Abrams, Ghana TV9 News.
In news from the region, Jamaica's Canadian diaspora has raised more than 3 million Canadian dollars, over 348 million Jamaican dollars, to aid communities affected by Hurricane Melissa, earning praise from Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett. Fundraising efforts included online campaigns, benefit concerts, and the Harmonies of Hope concert, which alone raised 2.3 million Canadian dollars, with contributions channeled through Food for the Poor Canada, the Sandals Foundation, and Helping Hands Jamaica Foundation. The funds will support urgent humanitarian needs, community restoration, and long-term rebuilding of homes and infrastructure. Bartlett and tourism officials lauded the diaspora generosity, saying it demonstrates the enduring bond between Jamaicans abroad and their homeland, while organizers highlighted the positive impact and hope brought by the relief efforts. And internationally, the U.S. military says it has carried out strikes on 3 boats accused of drug trafficking in the Pacific Ocean, killing 8 people. U.S. Southern Command said the vessels were traveling along known narco-trafficking routes and shared footage of the strikes online, as part of the President Donald Trump's intensified campaign against gangs involved in the regional drug trade. More than 20 boats across the Pacific and Caribbean have been targeted in recent months, with at least 90 people reported killed. The strikes have sparked legal controversy, with experts warning some attacks may violate international law, including a September double-tap strike that killed survivors of an initial attack. The White House maintains that the operations are lawful and necessary to protect the U.S. from drug cartels. That has brought us to the end of tonight's newscast. Remember to check out our Facebook and YouTube platforms at GUY TV9 for more trending stories. I am Faith Sandy. Good night.